Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Frankly FM84. A big thank you for joining me on another episode of Bello Calcio. We are currently out in Japan managing Shonan Bellmare in the Japanese J-League. So if you were with us yesterday, you would have seen us have a victory against Urawa Red Diamonds. We played quite well, had a 2-0 win. And then I said at the end of the episode we would be fast forwarding to our Champions League campaign. And as you can see, today is the day that we will kick off against Ha Noi FC. But first, we need to fill you in on a few things that have happened. So, since that 2-0 win against Urawa Red Diamonds yesterday, we have stayed in good form and we are still unbeaten in the save so far, which is very impressive. We have had a few shaky moments. And the first game that we played off camera was a 2-2 draw against Vissel Kobe. We had 19 shots, 7 of which were on target. We had a 2-0 lead and actually blew it in the last 10 minutes with Goka, I think, scoring twice for Vissel Kobe to give them a 2-2 draw. The performance was okay, the defending was shocking. Then we went on and played Kawasaki Frontal, and we beat them 2-1 with goals from Nago and Elianusi. 15 shots, 4 on target this time. An XG of 1.89 means that it probably was the right outcome. Until you look across and you see that theirs was 2.99. This was a game that went back and forth and back and forth. And Nago opened the scoring. Elianusi getting our lead back after Kobayashi equalised, and then Oshima missing a penalty right at the end. And to be honest, we clung on a little bit at the end, but still it's 3 points at home and we remain unbeaten. We then played Kashima Antlers again in the J-League Group C. We won this game 5-1, very convincing, and we even had a red card too. You can see that we actually were behind early on to Everaldo's goal, and then it kind of went mental. We had goals from Miyuki, Barada, Ohashi. Oh, and Obabona. I was going to say then that's only 4. Why is there 4 goals? But yeah, Aboa Bonner opening the scoring and then getting himself sent off after 27 minutes. But that's all good for us because it means we are still in control of the group stage of the Japanese Cup. We then went to Francis Hiroshima and we beat them 3-1 in their own ground. We had 18 shots, 8 on target. We also had a goal disallowed, as did they. But they took the lead early on after 8 minutes before Avalar did his thing. This is why we signed the kid. He has come from Brazil, even though he isn't Brazilian. Is he Paraguayan? I think he's... Yeah, so he's Paraguayan. And really, he has all the potential in the world to become a very, very good J-League player, and he put it all on show there as he scored 3 goals and turned the game completely around to give us another 3 points. And then last time out we played against Yokohama Marinos, and we got a 1-1 draw. We were ahead through Machida after 51 minutes, and then Marcos Jr. getting a 93rd minute equaliser to steal a point right at the death. So that is everything up to date in terms of how we have been playing. In terms of the competitions, we are currently sat second in the league on 21 points, 2 points behind Cerezo Osaka, although we do have 2 games in hand on them and a game in hand on some of the teams below us. So that is looking good. In terms of the J-League Cup, we are top of the group with 10 points. And Consadole are on 4 points, as are Kashima Antlers, so in control of that group. We have 1 or 2 transfers that have come in. They are no real transfers of note. We have just been rounding up some youth players for our under-21s. So the first one is Luca. He doesn't really look too much, but at the age of 18 has plenty of room for improvement. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, the tactic here is to buy players young for free and then sell them on later on. It doesn't matter whether we get 20 grand or 200 grand. Any money that we bring in will help the club. So Dudu is there. We bought Renan from Bragantino. Again, he's a player actually that looks pretty decent. He did play 1 game for our under-21s just before he went off on loan to Passo Fundo, and he scored 2 goals in that game. So he could be one actually to keep an eye on for the future. We've got Arthur Van Zayla. He is an attacking midfielder. He come from... What team did he come from? Came from Atletico Paranaense, and we have loaned him out to Gloria. There are 2 players out on loan at Gloria, and he's another one, again, just to develop some of these to try and sell them on in the future. Even if we could just get a couple of quid for them, it's a tactic that hopefully is low risk, high reward. Another player we signed is Kenzo. He's an attacking midfielder centre. The lucky thing about him is he is Brazilian and Japanese. So he's actually one that could develop into the future. You can see he's at the bottom there in 13th place overall in the squad. But that is the entire first team squad as well as the under-21s. And the last one we have signed is Daniel Durovic. He comes up as Italian, has Australian nationality as well. And he's another player that we are just going to leave in the under-21s to see how he gets on in the next couple of years before making a decision about whether to move them on or not. So in terms of everything needing to be caught up, that is exactly where we are at. We've got nothing else to catch up on, so let's jump into the game against Ha Noi FC. Okay then, so our Champions League debut is about to kick off, and the starting 11 that we are going to be putting out against Ha Noi is Graka in goal, Takahashi, Oiwa, Aboa Bonner, Hatter at the back. We've got Miyuki, Shibata and Nago. And then we've got Machida, Ohashi and Wellington up top. There are a few injuries in the squad at the moment. We've got Yamada and Elianusi that you can see out injured over there. And after his heroics in the last game, Elias Ovla is actually not registered to play in the Champions League due to the restrictive nature of the competition. But he will be back in action, I'm pretty sure, in the normal J-League. So that's me waffling on enough about the starting 11. Let's jump into the game and show you how we get on against Ha Noi FC. So then here we go. Ha Noi's lineup on the screen there. You can see that they are going to be setting up in pretty similar fashion to how a lot of the teams play in Football Manager 2022. They've got that formation going with the wide players, and we are going to look to attack them straight through the middle and utilise our 3 players at the top of the pitch. So the lineups are in, the players are on the pitch, the huddles are up, and the game is underway. So I would like us really to get off here in a strong fashion. I want us to go and dominate this Champions League group from the get-go. Hopefully we will be too strong for Ha Noi FC. I didn't do too much looking into what they've got in terms of players. I think they have got a few Brazilians and maybe a European or 2 as well. But I don't think they're a strong enough outfit really to be troubling us. But then again, this is the Asian Champions League, and there are teams in here that you turn up thinking that they aren't very good and then go and beat you 4-0. So anything is possible, certainly in the Asian Champions League. But we had a chance just gone. It was headed over by Wellington, and now Ha Noi are going to get on the ball and they look to attack themselves, spreading the play out to the right hand side. Brian Cantanhede is on the ball. He swings it in. A lawyer with a header over the top there. So one chance each really, and both headers that are going over the bar. We are going to try and build out from the back straight away here. Hatter is moving down the right hand side. He does run into trouble though and gives the ball away rather easily. That wasn't what we were looking for. Luckily for us though, somebody does pick the ball back up and then it's played forwards, and again, poor ball goes straight through to the goalkeeper and he has lumped it forwards. Headers come into the middle of the field and neither team really want the ball here. I thought it'd be a case where both teams would be attacking, but everybody's just lumping long balls forwards in the hope of somebody getting on it. It's not working out at the moment. But here is a cross, and there is Wellington to give us the lead on the back post. It was a stood-up ball from Ohashi. Wellington is there to head the ball in, and we take the lead in our first game in the Asian Champions League, and it's a great start, really. It's a good bit of football too. Ohashi works his way into the box, cuts it back, crosses it in, stands it up, and Wellington just headers it in to give us that 1-0 lead. So that is a good start for us. Seeing that Ha Noi have only had 1 shot and we've had 11 in the first half means that if we had somebody who was ultra clinical up front, we probably would be out of sight in this game already. But as it is, we're going to go out into the second half See if we can carry on playing the same way that we have in the first half, creating chances. And I'm pretty confident that at some point somebody will tuck one away and give us that extra bit of gap that I think we might need in this game. But as it goes, we are building up slowly through the middle of the park, and this is what I was saying about them playing with the wide players. We just want to look really to hit them through the middle with the three attackers that we have. And Hatta has the ball, swings it across. Machida heads it down, and Nago's got a shot. He had an entire free shot in the middle of the box, and he's pulled it over the top of the crossbar, which is not what we were looking for. And then Miyuki here has a corner. He headers it in. It's hit the inside of the post, and Hashi has put it over the line. I think the referee might have a little look at this one. It's a bit of a kick clash. He's down this part. Doesn't seem to be getting involved for a VAR check. Let's have a look at what happens from the corner. So Miyuki swings it in. Obabona hits it. Aboa Bonner cannot get that name right. I'm going to just rename him his first name, I think, and just start calling him by that because it's a bit easier. But the ball hit the post, come back out. Hashi's just standing there waiting for it, tapped it over the line, and we have a 2-0 lead. So we are on 64 minutes. Let's make a few changes. So right back, we are going to bring Hatta off. We also need to bring left back off, so Mori can go on in place of Takahashi, and then Nago or Wellington. Nago or Wellington. Yeah, I think we're going to bring on Ishihara in place of Nago and just go with that. I think that's a sound set of substitutions there. It's enough fresh legs. Wellington is getting on a bit now, so he probably will need resting for the next game. But as we are in a run of Champions League games, it's not really that much of a problem. We have quite a few strikers in the team, so hopefully we won't need to lose him if he does run himself into the ground, because we can just swap the players in. So Hanoi having a chance there, heading over the bar from a free kick. There is only 4 minutes left in the game, and Hanoi are lumping it forwards, and it goes all the way through to Oiwa. Let's see what he can do with it. To Miyuki, some short passing, and then the ball over the top for Wellington. He wins the header to Ohashi. He's now going to run at the defence, turns in behind, stops, plays it back to Okamoto, and then back to Ohashi. And Machida tries a header whilst running backwards. Difficult one, really, bit off balance. Heads it across goal, and it goes out for a goal kick. So we are looking like having one more chance here just before the 90 minutes are up. Miyuki's got the ball on the spot that the foul was committed. He's bent it over the wall, hit the crossbar. The ball is scrambling around. And luckily for Hanoi, they are going to be breaking away down the left-hand side. Let's see if anybody can take this ball off him. Hopefully Takahashi, I think it is, that's down there, can do something with it. But no, they have ended up scoring in the 91st minute. A little bit of slack defending. It says sensational play. It wasn't that good. They literally broke from a free kick. Who is 13 down there? So it could be Okamoto. It could be... Oh, no, it's actually Ishihara that was chasing him back. Didn't put the tackle in. Got the ball across, the header back, and then empty net was waiting for the second header. But that doesn't matter because we have kicked our AFC Champions League Group F campaign off with a victory. 3 points to get us on the board, and that is the perfect start to also continue our unbeaten run to the start of the season in all competitions. So let's jump back to the home screen, show you how that leaves us. In terms of schedule, we already know that we're going to come back here for the Kichi SC game. We are going to bookend the Champions League. But in terms of the competitions, that shows us up now as having 3 points. Johor also won their game, so us two have 3 points. The other two teams have no points, and that sets us up nicely to go on a AFC Champions League run. So if you've enjoyed that, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate every single person that has done that so far. If you're new here, a big welcome. And again, thank you for all those people that keep coming back, keep supporting the channel. Absolutely appreciate it. It's been fantastic. But for this one, I'm going to wrap it there. Come join me tomorrow as we play against Kichi SC in our Champions League group finale.